Hello and welcome to LOK TALKS. This is Dr. Lokesh Bhatia. Today I will be discussing something which has been requested by a few of my friends, and as it has been a repeated request on the same topic, to talk about the hazards of excessive sitting. As my dear friends, all of you are now working from home, and because of that a lot of problems people are facing because of excessive sitting and a need and requirements as per their job requirements for sitting a lot of hours at home. So let us discuss on this point, on this topic, what are the effects your body and what problems you are likely to face in short term and in long run. So, with so many advances in technology, our lifestyle are changing and making us more and more sedentary. At home, at work, while traveling, and all these in sitting position and long hours will bring a lot of changes in our body. So, there have been documented studies on the effects of prolonged sitting, and the most common problems what by and large majority of people will be facing, I'll be discussing those points, and the only solution to that we'll be discussing in the last. Let me discuss first what are the actual problems one is facing. There are documented studies that even diet and lifestyle, if identical, but standing or frequently moving like guards and conductors, and those who are constantly sitting like executives, classes, IT professionals are twice vulnerable to develop heart diseases because of excessive sitting. So the first problem what you are likely to have is problems relating to your heart. Second is more dangerous, and that is it is going to shorten your lifespan. If you sit for long stretches at a time, it doesn't help you if you are exercising every day or not, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't go to gym or do regular exercises. But if you are sitting for long hours and at one go, then very likely your lifespan is going to get shortened up. Moving on to the next, third problem is that you are likely to develop dementia. Dementia means like absent-minded professor. Right? Very likely that you tend to forget important things, and the present things you may start hunting something which is lying around. You may fall short of your memory. For so many such things can happen, and you may face problems because of prolonged and excessive sitting hours. And dementia can also be secondary to many other chronic problems like hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol levels, and these are all resulting also from excessive sitting. You will undo all the exercises, but even for 7 days in a week, but you can't reverse the effects of sitting for 7 to 8 hours at a stretch. Don't throw away all the hard work done in the gym by sitting the rest of the day So that's very, very important that you need to take care of yourself. Sixth problem is that you stand very high chances of developing diabetes. Sitting changes the way body reacts to insulin, the hormone that helps in burning the sugar and carbs for energy, right? So the seventh problem is the increased incidence of deep vein thrombosis. The leg muscles become suddenly achy, become tender, or at times it remains asymptomatic, and suddenly pulmonary embolism may develop and patient may die even. So it is something very subtle, and when and what happens, the events may tend to become very, very silent, and many times we just hear suddenly it happened. So it may remain asymptomatic for quite some time, and embolus may develop and patient may die. So that has to be taken care of, that has to be kept in mind. The eighth problem, which has been studied very well, and that is increasing body weight. Increasing body weight will all have relations to all the problems what I have said so far. Too much of screen time also increases the body weight. Ninth important thing is increasing anxiety. Too much of screen time increases your loss of sleep time in the night. Too much alone time can also increase the incidence of social anxiety. Next comes the most important, which falls in my domain, which I deal day in and day out, and that is back pain. Increased incidence of back pain is very frequently reported in our outdoor departments of orthopedics, and that is the seated position brings too much of stress on the back muscles, neck and spine. It's even worse if you tend to slouch like this. Always sit straight with your spine straight. Look for the ergonomic chair which supports your back curvatures. There is a lordotic curvature in the lumbar spine, and that has to be obliterated while sitting for a long time. So not only the ergonomic chair, but make sure that you are not having long sitting sessions. The best solution to that is get up more often, every half an hour, to keep your spine erect for some time, and then sit back and continue with your work. 11th is increases the incidence of varicose veins. You must have seen spider veins in your legs, and as sitting for long leads to pooling of blood in the calf muscles and in the legs area, which increases the pressure in the veins and results in tortuosity. By and large, these are painless disorder, but at times it also can become painful. In long term, one may develop osteoporosis. If you have been sitting for long years in your working age, you are very likely to have osteoporosis. Means reduced bone mass. The mineral content gets very much less. The bones become soft and friable, very likely to break very easily. Pathological fractures can develop. So, if you want to prevent osteoporosis in old age, just avoid sitting for long in the working age. Is that your risk of developing cancer increases of the colon, of endometrium, of lungs, and breast cancer in females. So what to do what is minimum thing what we can do is take a stand, keep standing for few minutes, every half an hour to 1 hour, stand from your chair, stand for few minutes, at least 4 to 5 minutes, keep standing. Nowadays you must have seen in many of the customer care departments, there are executives who are standing, who prefer to stand and keep replying to all your queries. That is the reason they cannot afford to keep sitting for very long hours, and they have realized the importance of it. So my dear friends, all in executive IT professionals, you must take care of your back, you must take care of your bone mass, you must prevent all the chronic illnesses which are likely to happen because of excessive sitting. You must have heard saying sitting is a new smoking, which is credited to Dr. Levine. He is not only the one who believes that we are sitting ourselves to death. There is a growing body of research that supports his claim, and the benefits of standing desks are substantially documented now. Basically, we were not designed to sit, claims Dr. John Mimikos, the former director of NASA's Life Sciences Division and the author of Sitting Kills Moving Heals. The body is a perpetual motion machine. Dr. Levine estimates that in the US, we spend more time, more than half of our waking hours, sitting down, either watching TV, driving, or sitting at the desk at work or home. So, does exercise negates the extended period of sitting? You may be thinking, but I work out several times per week. The research shows that though the exercise is good for you, it doesn't negate the damage by extended periods of sitting. Exercise is good, of course, but the average person could never do enough to counteract the effects of hours and hours of chair time. You can't offset 10 hours of stillness with 1 hour of exercise. The reason why that marathon sitting sessions change your body's metabolism. The metabolism slows down 90% after 30 minutes of sitting. The enzymes that move the bad fat from your arteries to your muscles, where it can get burnt off, slows down. The muscles in your lower body are turned off after 2 hours. Good cholesterol drops by 20%. Just getting up 5 minutes is going to get things going again. These things are so simple that they are almost stupid to be ignored. Important study says that the sitting shuts down the electrical activities in the legs. That's what I said earlier. It results in DVT and the vessels do get affected. It makes the body less sensitive to the insulin, causes the calorie burning to plummet, and slows the breakdown of dangerous blood fats, lowering good HDL cholesterol. Well, something very important, that you burn on an average of 50 calories more per hour by standing. If you stand for 3 hours per day, 5 days per week, it adds up 750 calories burned in a year. That adds up 30,000 calories, which is almost 9 pounds. This is the equivalent of around 10 marathons per year. So you can very well understand how important it is not to sit for very long at one go. Keep standing every now and then, even if you are in a long haul flights traveling for west to east or east to west. Make sure that you get up from your seat wherever you are, in business class, economic class, walk from one end to the last end of the aircraft and come back and sit down. That you must be doing every 2 hours while on a long flight to avoid all the hazards of excessive sitting. Take this advice very seriously, and those who are required to fly very often, they must be very, very careful to follow this particular advice. Thank you very much. Hope you liked today's my talk, and if there is any comments, anything more you want to know about, definitely come up in your comments. Submit the thumbs up, the like button. Do share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe and hit on the bell icon. Thank you very much.